press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, subject EVS, topic water, class 5th. In this class we study about ponds, okay. An artificially man-made low-level portion of land to store water is called pond. What is pond? Pond means an artificially man-made low-level portion of land to store water is called ponds, okay. See here once again, what is pond? Ponds means what? In this class we discuss here ponds. We study about ponds, an artificially man-made low-level portion of land to store water is called ponds. Understood? Listen here. Ponds means an artificially man-made low-level portion of land to store water is called ponds. Okay. Next, so it's a man-made structure and it's constructed at a lower level. Its capacity to store water is less. Water storage capacity of pond is very less, and it is constructed in such a way that rainwater which drains from high level will be stored here. Rainwater reach ponds by running through rivulets. Understood? Rainwater reach ponds. Rainwater reach ponds by running through rivulets. It means small streams. Understood? Small streams called rivulets. Understood? What is the meaning of rivulets? Rivulets, it means small streams. Small streams. Okay, once again. Another source of pond water is rivulets. Okay, another source of pond water is when rainwater reach the ponds through small streams called rivulets. Understood? Rivulets means what? Small streams. Understood? Small streams we call rivulets. Understood, children? Once again, when rainwater reach the ponds through small streams called rivulets. Once again, see here, water storage capacity of pond is very less, isn't it? So it's a man-made structure, and it's constructed at a lower level. Its capacity to store water is very less. Okay, it is constructed in such a way that rainwater which drains from high level will be stored here. Understood? Rainwater reaches ponds by running through rivulets. It means small streams. Understood? Another source of pond water is when rainwater reaches the pond. Understood? When rainwater reaches the ponds through small streams called rivulets. Okay. The next source of water is reservoirs. The next source of water is reservoirs. 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 Okay. Dams are constructed across the rivers. Understood? Dams are constructed across the rivers to store water throughout the year and to supply water to places. Understood? Once again, listen here. Dams are constructed across the rivers to store water throughout the year and to supply water to places where there is scarcity and also for multi-purpose projects. So we can see that it doesn't rain throughout the year, only in raining season will be getting lot of rain. So some region of land will be facing water scarcity. In summer season what happened? Or other seasons there is no water. Understood? So to make sure that there is year-long supply of water, we construct dams or reservoirs. Understood? Here, year-long supply of water, we construct dams or reservoirs. These capable of storing water in large scale. These reservoirs capable of storing water in large scale. That is one difference between the previous source, that is pond, and this source, that is reservoirs. We can store a large quantity of water. Understood? Here we can store a large quantity of water. Now they want to us to name the water reservoirs in Karnataka. For example, we have some water reservoirs in Karnataka. For example, first one is KRS. KRS means Krishna Raja Sagara, isn't it? Krishna Raja Sagara Dam, and another one is Almaty Dam. Almaty Dam. Krishna Raja Sagara Dam, and another one is Almaty Dam. Okay. Write the names of water reservoirs in Karnataka. It means first one is KRS, Krishna Raja Sagara Dam, and another one is Almaty Dam. Find out other reservoirs of water that is in Karnataka around you. Okay. Next, and another activity for you, collect the picture of a water reservoir and paste here in page number 86. Understood, children? Next one is the next exercise. Find out differences between ponds and reservoirs. Here we find out between ponds and reservoirs. Understood? With the help of these pictures, note the differences pond and reservoirs in these boxes. See here. Now we study about differences between ponds and reservoirs. Now we study about ponds and ponds. Find out, now we study about differences between ponds and reservoirs. Okay. See here. First one is pond source. Source, rainwater. Rainwater and rivulets. Rivulets. Okay. See here. So here we can see water is flowing from high region to lower region into the pond. First picture shows, see here page number 87, first picture shows We can see here water is flowing from high region to lower region into the pond, isn't it? So, the first difference between ponds and reservoirs can be the source of water. We can notice here that the river is the source of water, isn't it, for the reservoir. So, the rainwater rivulets or small streams are sources water for pond, understood, whereas the river water are source of water for reservoir. The river water are source of water for reservoir. Okay. In the next image we can see the size of the pond. The size of the pond is small, understood. The pond is very small. However, the size of the reservoir very big, understood. Once again, listen here, the size of the pond is very small, understood. The size of the reservoir is very big. So, next difference can be, see here, the size of the pond, this is very small portion of the land, whereas the size of the reservoirs, this is a large portion of land. Okay. The next difference, as we can see here, is the water capacity. Next one is water capacity. The amount of water that can be stored in the pond is very smaller. However, the amount of water that can be stored in the reservoir is much higher. So, the storage of capacity pond is very less, and storage capacity of reservoirs is very more. Understood? Once again, see here, now we study about difference between ponds and reservoirs. Okay. In first image, we can see here water is flowing from high region to lower region into the pond. So, the first difference between ponds and reservoirs can be the source of water. Source of water, we can notice here that the river is the source of water for the reservoir. So, rainwater or rivulets or small streams are resource water for ponds, isn't it? Whereas the river water are source of water for reservoirs. Understood? In pond we see rivulets or small streams are sources water for pond. In reservoirs we see here the river water are sources of water for reservoir. Okay. In the next image we can see the size of the pond is very small. However, the size of the reservoir are very big. Okay. Next, the size of the pond, this is very small portion of the land, whereas the size of the reservoir is a large portion of the land, isn't it? The next difference, as we can see here, is the water capacity. The amount of water that can be stored in the pond is very smaller. The amount of water that can be stored in the reservoirs is much higher, isn't it? So, the storage of capacity pond is very less and storage capacity of reservoirs is very more. See here, pond. Second one, size. Ponds, small portion of land. Okay. Storage capacity. Storage capacity very less. Okay. Here reservoirs. Source, river water, next size, large portion of land. Third difference, storage capacity, storage capacity more. Okay, see here once again. Now we study about difference between ponds and rivers. Here we see source, rainwater, rivulets. Okay, small streams. Here we see source of reservoirs, river water. Understood? River water. Okay. Size. Ponds are very small portion of land. Here reservoirs size large portion of land. Understood? Third one is storage capacity of ponds is very less. Here we see storage capacity of reservoirs is very more. Understood? This is difference between ponds and reservoirs. Next, now let us look in the uses of ponds and reservoirs. Next, thank you children. Next I will continue.